Welcome to CarTalk101. Today we're going to go a little bit further into the lights on the vehicle, especially the check engine light. You can see that it's right in between the battery light and the oil light on this vehicle. And it'll stay on for maybe about 5-10 seconds when you turn on your vehicle. So basically what we're doing is if the light were to come on while you were driving, other lights might come on with it. On some other cars, like the traction control might come on, or your cruise control light might come on. So don't be afraid or worried about it. Usually it's the check engine lights, that's the main light that's going to be flashing at that time. When it's safe to pull over, you can do so and look at the gauges and see how the car's running. Usually you could get to a safe place as long as that check engine light is not flashing or you feel that your car is running bad. If it's flashing or running bad at the time, you best to pull over as soon as you can, and you might have to have it towed either home or to a garage that you know about. The next thing is basically you want to make sure if you're in a safe place and you got home or you got off the street, make sure your gas cap or your fuel cap is tight. A lot of times loose fuel cap can cause check engine light. So if you just filled up with fuel, just make sure that the fuel cap is tight. Also, the next thing is you could go to a parts store. A lot of those parts stores will pull trouble codes from the vehicle. The only thing is when you pull a trouble code, that's not a diagnostic. That just gives you an area where the car might be failing. Some parts stores might want to sell you parts, or they'll tell you that this is what your car needs and go get it fixed. Okay, so the next thing, maybe have a relationship with a auto repair shop. This way, when you do take it in, let them know that the check engine light's lit, and usually they would have to run a full diagnostic. The only thing with diagnostics, a lot of people, when they get a trouble code read, they feel that they know what's wrong with the car and they feel that the problem should be solved already, and that's not the way it would work. Basically, the repair shop would have to have a technician, usually an A-level technician, would have to check the vehicle's computer, go after the trouble code, but then find out why it caused that check engine light to come on. And there could be a different number of items that could be causing an issue, and therefore that would take time. Most repair shops do charge you about an hour's worth of labor, which equates to between $100 and $200 an hour. Now, the other thing to look for is most diagnostics do not go towards the repair, because a technician will have to spend some time to make sure that everything's correct. If you find a repair shop that tells you it goes towards the repair, usually you're going to be charged for that diagnostic as part of the repair. So the best thing to do is have a relationship with a repair shop. This way you would have to trust the mechanic, let you know exactly what's going on, and this way you know as far as what repairs are needed and which way you want to go. So like I said, another thing, the main thing on the check engine light is as long as it's not flashing and it's not running bad, you can drive on it. It is an emissions item that probably failed or is going bad. So it is an amber light, so it's a caution light. So basically, see how the car feels. If you feel it's safe, you could drive it either home or drive it to your local mechanic shop. So I want to expand a little bit on the gauges. As you can see on this particular vehicle, this is a Honda product. You could see the gauges, and on the right side, we see our fuel level. We just want to make sure that the fuel you have plenty of fuel and it's not on empty, and you could be having an issue there. Also, right on top of that is a temperature gauge, and you could see that it's right below the midpoint. Most cars would be right in the middle or right below the midpoint. If it goes any further than that, then you could be having an issue with the cooling system. On my left side, you'll see the RPM gauge is usually between the 0, then you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, then it goes up to 8. That's the RPMs. This vehicle is stopped at this time, but when it is running, it's going to hover right around, right in between the 1 and the half, right there, about 700 RPMs, which is normal. You see other little gauges with my ignition system on. I have the oil light there. It's a red light. As long as that red light's off while the vehicle is running, you're okay. If it's on while you're running, then it's something you have to pull over right away. Same thing with the one right above at the battery. If that thing comes on while you're driving, you usually have to pull over right away, because it means that there's something going on with the battery or starting or charging system. So basically, you have to keep in mind, if the check engine light comes on, look at the other lights and see what other light might be going on. So this way, when you do take it to a repair shop, give as much information as you can to the technician so he can try to determine and help you out in a more efficient way. Thank you.